Hey, thanks for watching. In this video, we're going to take a look at how Google ranks your website in the search results, and then how to take advantage of that so we can drive some more traffic to your site by getting it on the first page. So for comparison, what I've done is taken your website as well as the top results in this search, and I put them into this tool that I use, and it shows me all the information that Google finds on your site, and then rates its strength and trust on a scale of 1 to 100. So just by looking at the numbers, we can see why this site is outranking yours. But let me go into a little bit further detail on what these numbers mean and how you can improve them. So I've got your site pulled up here, and I think the layout is great. We've got all the information that a customer could need right here. Click to call works, so it's mobile optimized. When we scroll down, the header shrinks down. The only problem that I'm seeing so far is just the amount of content on the page. And the reason that's a problem is because when Google is looking to rank your website, it's going to use two different factors. The first is the amount of content on the page. It assumes that the more information you have on the page, the more of an authority you are, so the more likely it is to recommend you. So it's basically looking for a minimum of about 1,500 to 2,000 words. Right now, we're sitting right at about 400 words. As you can see, the competition is almost just under 1,500. So Google is just assuming that they're a little bit more of an expert, so that's why they're recommending them. Another thing that we can do on the page here is if we click in, Google can't view photos, it can only see what they're saved as. So all the photos need to be optimized with a tag so that way Google can understand what the image is, and that'll also help out with the content ranking on the page. The second way that Google is going to rank the website is based on what's called the authority, which is pretty much just a popularity contest. There's two ways for you to build authority for the page. The first is through getting what's called the citations. Those are any time that your name, address, and phone number appear in an online directory. Those include Yelp, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau. They're usually all free. It just takes some time to find each and every one, register, and input your business information exactly as it's shown in Google search. Then the second way to build authority is through what's called a backlink. Now, that's when another website links or refers back to yours. Basically, Google is using it to build trust because it's an endorsement when another website is vouching for you. You can look at it similar to, customer reviews. If you had 1,000 five-star customer reviews, a new customer would think pretty highly of your business. Google's doing the same thing. It's just using other websites to make that judgment. So if we go back in here and take a look, just to quickly define these, if the local news station did an article on their website and it said, say, the top 10 best insulation companies in the Niagara Falls area, and in that article, the reader could click on a link and it would bring them to your website, that would be considered one backlink from one referring domain or one referring website. So looking at the competition, we can obviously see that they've been doing a lot more of that linking to build that authority. Just something I want to note is it's not just a matter of the quantity of these links, it's also the quality. They need to be relative to your field, so we couldn't have just any website like, say, a pizza place linking back to your site because Google will understand that you're not in the business of making pizzas, you're in insulation. So even though that would add a number, it wouldn't actually add any authority. Without going into too much technical detail, each one of these websites that links back to yours is rated on a strength. So obviously, if you have a lot of weak links, they don't have any strength or authority to pass to you. So even though you've got that number, like I said, it won't add any authority and pass any on to your website. Now, this authority is what Google uses to determine how high up in the ranking that you're going to be in this section right here, which is what we call the organic search results. Now, above that, this is what we call the map pack, which you are sitting at the third position, which is great because this is your home area. This is something that also can be optimized through your Google Business Profile, which is part of your Google Maps app currently. So you can do it right from a smartphone. There are some ways you can optimize this listing so that way you can try to get a little bit higher up in this listing itself through filling out as much information as possible, all the services you offer. A big thing is also geotagging any of the photos inside of your service areas, and then uploading those as well as some posts to your profile on a regular basis. Obviously, getting as many customer reviews as you can. And then we want to get as many of those citations, your name, address, and phone number in the directories. We want to be listed in more directories than anybody else on this list. Unfortunately, though, however, regardless of the authority that your site has, nobody's going to show up in either section without the right keywords being found in the search results. So if we take a look at here, you're being found for 472 keywords. These are all the words and phrases that are being typed into Google search that it's finding on your site, as well as the volume, roughly the number of times per month they're being searched, and then your position in Google search for them. So as you can see, when people are searching for you directly, obviously you're coming up first. And then you can see where all your web results are for other keywords. And then this is where we would do some research. We want to find the highest volume keywords that are relative to your area as well as the services that you offer. So, this is a real general keyword that anybody can type in. So obviously that's why the volume is so high. But if we go down to, like, say, insulation itself, right now you're in the 20th position, which is going to put you either at the bottom of the second page or the top of the third page. Unfortunately, anybody beyond page 1 is almost invisible to people searching because not too many people will go that far down the list. However, if you were at the first page, 1,600 people would be seeing your site when they search for fireproof insulation. We use a really conservative estimate and say that of those 1,600, only 10% of those are actually going to click on your site and become a potential lead for your business. And then if we're even more conservative from that, and let's say only 10% of those actually become customers, you could be looking at a potential of 16 customers a month just off this one keyword. So then we would go through and do some research, not only on your site, but the area, your competitors, and just see what the highest volume keywords are being searched, and just make sure that those are being included on your site. Seems like fireproofing is it's a pretty big service request. So obviously you can see how optimizing the site with the proper keywords can definitely add to a lot more traffic and a lot more potential leads and business for your company. However, in order to fit them, you're only allowed to have one keyword for every about 100 to 150 words of text on the page. So we would definitely have to increase the amount of content on your page in order to be able to sprinkle in some more keywords into here to be found for. Now, I hope this information was helpful and it allows you to scale some of your online presence. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you'd like me to go into some further details. We could also talk about any of your goals for the business, and then I could do some research to find out what it would take for you to reach those. And I always appreciate getting feedback as well, just to find out if information like this is useful for you. So please let me know what you thought. Thanks, and I hope this helps.